Before you recruit one more student, you need to know about these 5 possible problems in your dance school, and I call them the leaky bucket problems, and these could be costing you thousands. After working with hundreds of dance teachers, I've identified these devastating leaks within the dance schools that are silently killing them every single day. And the worst part, the biggest leak isn't what you think it is. But what do I mean by leaks? I want you to imagine a bucket filled with holes in it. Then I want you to imagine putting water in it with the goal to fill it up to the top. Now, of course, you're going to keep losing water through those individual leaks, and without fixing those holes first, the bucket will never ever get full. So it would make sense to fill those holes first and then put the water in it to make sure you can fill it all the way to the top with less effort and resources. And the same is with your dance school. There are holes within your business that you can't always see, or you might be too busy to fix, but it's pointless putting more money into marketing and attracting more students if you continue letting them leak away through those holes in your bucket. Let me paint a picture of what's happening in your school right now. Students come in excited, ready to learn, but then something starts to shift. This is where your first leak happens, the social disconnect. Your dance school should be a thriving community, but instead you're seeing cliques form and those shy students falling through the cracks. That vibrant dance family you dreamed of building, it's becoming fragmented, and the students are starting to feel isolated and disconnected. The social disconnect gets amplified by our next leak, the skill level mismatch. Your advanced students are getting frustrated being held back, while your beginner students are feeling overwhelmed. Without clear assessment criteria, some students are pushing too hard while others are losing motivation. And your class has become a juggling act rather than a clear, structured learning environment. Then we hit the progress void, because it's not just about basic skills. Your advanced dancers, the ones that live and breathe dance, are hitting a ceiling. They're passionate, committed, talented, but they can't see the next step in their career. And without a clear pathway to leadership or teaching, these students will slowly drift away, taking their potential with them. Now here's where it really hits your business, the payment predicament. You're so focused on teaching that your payment system becomes chaos. Parents are paying whenever they remember, some payments are slipping through the cracks, and you're starting to lose track on who owes what. There's no automated system, no clear payment policies, and suddenly you're spending your Sunday nights trying to figure out who has paid and who hasn't. And the crazy thing is, when I encouraged one of my clients to round up the missed payments, it mounted up to £4,000. Up to £4,000. Students don't just storm out or make a scene, at least not all the time. They just generally fade away. One missed class becomes 2. 2 missed classes becomes 3. And then they're gone. No exit interview, no feedback, and no chance to make it right. And this is worse because you weren't given the opportunity to make it right. And I know that you know deep down, if you knew that a student weren't happy and you had the opportunity to make a better experience for them, resulting in them staying in your school, I know you'd do everything in your power to make it right. But instead they disappear, and you miss that opportunity to make a positive impact on someone's life. And then there's a possible negative word of mouth going around, which you definitely don't want. Now these leaks are silent killers, pretty devastating, but they're not unfixable. Let me show you exactly how to plug those holes. For that social disconnect, we want to build a sense of community. This means structured icebreakers, buddy systems for those new students, and planned moments in class. When students feel connected, they stay longer. Action step. For your next class, I just want you to round everybody up at the beginning of the class and take 5 to 10 minutes to go around the group and ask what their goal is within dance for that week. Now, it doesn't need to be major, it can literally be holding a plank for 10 seconds longer, or learning a particular move for their set routine. The point is that they all contribute and you keep track of what they want, and other members of the class get to hear what other people are trying to achieve and they can cheer each other on. It also generates a sense of confidence when they learn that they can speak out in front of everybody else in the class as well. To fix that skill level mismatch, we want to implement a clear assessment criteria. Think of it like a roadmap. Every student knows exactly where they are and where they're heading. This means proper placement assessments, clear progression criteria, and structured level transitions. Action step: create a simple skills checklist for each level with just 5 key moves. This is probably done with some of the syllabus that you teach, but the idea is to make it publicly visible. This will help you, your teachers, your students, and the parents see exactly where the students are. With these key milestones, everybody will have confidence in the students' current levels and placements within the classes. For the progress void, we want to implement a student development program. Think of it as a career ladder where your most passionate dancers can grow from being dancers to assistant teachers and beyond. This gives your advanced dancers a whole new level to aspire to while building your future teaching team. Action step: I want you to search for student teacher programs or student development program recommendations from your fellow dance teachers. These are structured leadership programs to help build the confidence for assistant teachers. Comment below and I'll send you a few recommendations myself. But before that, let's tackle that payment predicament leak once and for all. The most successful schools have an automated payment system and crystal clear policies. No more chasing payments, no more awkward conversations, just smooth, predictable cash flow so you can focus on what you do best: teaching. Action step: first, I want you to make a list of all outstanding payments. Then, I want you to write a notice to all parents owing of when that payment will be expected. If you need help with the notice, you can put a simple prompt into ChatGPT. You can try this prompt. Hi ChatGPT, I need to draft a polite and professional message to remind a parent about an outstanding payment for their child's dance class. The payment is due by X amount of time and I want to ensure that the message is friendly but firm. Could you help me craft a message that includes the amount, the due date, and the payment methods that we accept? Thank you. And then as a bonus, if you don't have a payment policy, or even if you have, try this prompt. Hi ChatGPT, I need help creating a comprehensive payment policy for my dance school to prevent future outstanding payment. The policy should include clear payment deadlines, accepted payment methods, late penalties, and any grace periods. Additionally, I want to ensure the policy is easy to understand for parents and that it aligns with our school's friendly and professional tone. Could you assist me with this? And to prevent that silent goodbye, what I like to do is create multiple touch points. And those are things like regular check-ins, feedback systems, and early warning triggers that let you address concerns before they become a reason to leave. Action step: what helps so many dance teachers is having ready-made templates for different situations. So what I'd like you to do is create a message for missed students. And then when this happens, you can copy and paste it and send it immediately to the student's parent that basically states that you've noticed that they weren't there, that you missed them, and asking if there's anything wrong. This shows that you care, and it gives you an opportunity to catch something before it gets too big to fix. Remember that biggest leak that I mentioned at the start? Well, it isn't actually a thing, it's more of a someone, and that someone is you, I'm afraid. So, I mean, all of us, we're all guilty of it. Being busy doesn't necessarily mean being productive. So when we're busy, we're often, just cracking on with things and ignoring those obvious leaks, those things that are not serving our business properly. And we need to sometimes stop to address these problems in order to grow. We need to take a step backwards in order to take 2 steps forwards. Remember the image of a leaking bucket. It doesn't make sense to just keep throwing lots of energy, lots of resources, lots of money into the problem when it just keeps leaking. So we need to just sometimes put the brakes on and start fixing the holes systematically. Then you can build a healthy business or bucket full of water. Now, what I've just gone through today is just 5 of the 12 leaks I've identified that could be draining your dance school right now. I've created the leaky bucket checklist just for you, and all you need to do is click the link below and I'll send them right to you. Peace out.